Warning: heavy spoilers for Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 5. You have been warned. What made Episode 5 so great was that, for the first time, we actually saw a decent leader for once. Not one who was a coward, not one who was a bully, but one who was there for his teammates and would do anything to protect them. And mate, it was great to see. Go check out my full review for Season 2, Episode 5, as I break down every single scene in that episode, and give my brutal, honest thoughts. The action scenes were cool. I loved seeing all these side characters all get their time to shine, even if it was for a few seconds. And now the crew come face to face with who appears to be the High Orc leader. While I truly enjoyed the episode, I hated the fact that it ended on a cliffhanger. Damn, so annoying, dude. Having to wait week to week for this. Oh well, Saturday will come soon. Thanks to these wonderful X accounts, we actually have some nice comparisons of the manhwa versus the anime. And I'm not gonna lie, I truly believe the anime absolutely surpasses the manga in every way. I mean, look at some of these character designs in the manhwa compared to the anime. The anime looks so much better in my opinion. A huge special shout out to X account advance_empire for doing these wonderful detailed comparison shots. Go give them a follow on the X account. The manhwa designs were good in some areas, but I just like the way they were designed, lit, colored up in the anime, dude. Yes, some extra details are missing here and there, but I'm still impressed nevertheless. But while we have to wait for the long week until Saturday's new episode, we actually got some new preview images for the next episode, episode 6. Of course, I am indeed an anime only, and I have no idea what's going to happen, so it's just my speculations. Image 1, we have what appears to be the leader of the orcs. At first, I wasn't 100% sure if it was the same character, but noticing that he was the only one who seems to be wearing some sort of hoodie pretty much confirms that he is the same guy at the end of the episode from last week. But if this is the same guy, what happened to his mask? What happened to the skeleton shoulder pad armor that he had? It seems to be broken off, and his skeleton necklace gone. Just a theory of mine, but it does seem like this guy is in the middle of a battle. I mean, he looks incredibly fired up, but who could he be fighting? I can only assume it's going to be Sung Jin-woo, as the next preview image is of him staring down someone, and mate, he looks absolutely cold in this shot. The dark shadow over his face, and those piercing blue eyes. The title for Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 6 is Don't Look Down on My Guys. At first, I predicted that this was going to be a statement said by Captain Sun Kinhon as he is fighting the orcs. As in last week's episode, you had the proud orcish master of curses, Ka Gagao, more or less stare down the captain, trying to be intimidating, and I predicted when I saw that title at the end of the episode for next week's episode that the captain was going to step up and he was going to make a statement. Hey orcs, it doesn't matter how many of you guys are, I'm the captain, I got to take responsibility, I need to be there for my teammates, don't you dare look down on my guys. But now that I'm seeing this new image of Sung Jin-woo, what if this could be the exact opposite? What if instead of Captain Sun Kinhon saying to the orc leader, don't look down on my guys, it's actually the orc leader or one of the orcs telling Jin-woo to not look down on his guys. As the way Jin-woo is looking in this shot, it does look like he is looking down on someone. The first new preview image has me thinking that this new shadow warrior is actually the orc leader turned into a shadow after Jin-woo Control-Alt deleted him. Yes, I know it's a theory of mine as an anime only, but Sung Jin-woo loves to collect deadly enemies like he is a 10-year-old Pokemon character traveling around the world trying to collect them all. But although the color palette is a bit different, this shadow warrior does resemble Icarus quite a bit. Maybe Sung Jin-woo will wake up Icarus like he did in Season 2 Episode 2, and maybe Icarus will be the one to take down the orc leader. That battle he had with the Ice King back in Episode 2 was absolutely fantastic. I know it's all speculation, but I can only imagine what type of glorious animation we're going to get in Saturday's episode. I would like to talk more about Captain Sun Kinhon, as we have a really detailed shot of him, and just that determined look in his eyes, the sweat, how determined he is to take down the orcs. I don't think this guy is going to make it, you guys. It's a running theme within Solo Leveling. Whenever Sung Jinwoo is in a team with a captain, no matter who they are, they never make it out alive. Yes, I know Captain Sun Kin-hun is a nice guy, and he hasn't mistreated or judged anyone based on their rankings, but just looking at his new preview image, I don't know you guys, I don't have a good feeling about him. And finally, the fifth and final new preview image for episode 6 of season 2 of Solo Leveling is of the dancer holding an axe standing outside of the gate. In last week's episode, she was actually looking for Sung Jinwoo. One of the worker dudes told her that he was inside the blue gate, and just by her tone of voice, she seemed awfully surprised. Looking at this image of her standing outside of the gate with the axe in her hand, to me it symbolizes that she is ready to fight. Even though she isn't in her full armor gear, she seems ready and willing to fight. It's just my theory. But even though it's her day off, and she should be Netflixing and chilling, watching Sakamoto Days, she just cannot get Sung Jinwoo out of her head. Yes, we all know this guy is a Chad, but there seems to be more to Sung Jinwoo's aura, and it's really stirring something inside of her. The workers in last week's episode were talking about how she always wears a handkerchief around any of the hunters. I mean, can you blame them? They're always running around fighting and attacking any deadly foe that comes in their way. Of course they're not going to smell good, they're going to smell sweaty and nasty. But you know, I do feel like there's more than meets the eye with her sensitive nose. My theory is that the dancer has the ability to sense out humans and other creatures of the unknown. Back in Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 2, there was a scene of the leader of the Eye Cells confronting Jinwoo, essentially telling Jinwoo that you are not human, stop pretending to be one. According to him, all Eye Cells can tell whether or not to kill a human or not by the voice inside their heads. But for some unknown reason, they don't hear that voice for Jinwoo. Jinwoo then told him, why are they fighting humans? The Eye Self was about to say something, but then he glitched out. I do feel like some higher order, some higher being, a person in power who looks over all the portals, possibly has all the answers, and maybe that person or order is somehow connected to Jinwoo and his new player system. We know that Jinwoo essentially died at the end of episode 1 and more or less came back to life. Maybe a part of him that made him human before died the day he got that player system, and that probably explains why the dancer doesn't actually smell anything nasty from him, because his scent isn't human. It's almost like he isn't from this world. It does feel like Jinwoo's father has some answers to what is going on with his confrontation with Dongsu back in season 2 episode 3. There is just way too many unknowns about this. But whatever the case, it does seem to me, based on these 5 preview images, that season 2 episode 6 is going to be an action intense episode. It may resemble what happened in episode 6 in season 1. We just got to wait and see. We already got a full staff list for the next episode. Based on the comments alone, these animators and designers who will be working on this episode are going to deliver absolute greatness. And mate, I'm here for it. I will be seated and I cannot wait for Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 6. But tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of all this? What did you think of these 5 preview images? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more Solo Leveling videos, as well as other anime news updates, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy do the view signing out.